Right, welcome everybody to our webinar. I'm so excited that you are here. And every single time I'm on a webinar, I remind myself how I knew nothing when I attended my very first webinar before I started in the online space. So if you are new here, hi there, my name is Lizelle. If you are brand new to this webinar, put new in the comments there for me. I want to see all the newbies, like who is brand spanking new. It's like you've never been on a live with us before. Oh, I love it to see all the newbies. Awesome, awesome. So you are in for a treat, might I say, because if something has been nudging you to join, this is going to be the time for you. Because not so long ago, just over 2 years ago, that's when I attended a webinar similar to this one, and that's where my life changed completely. I went from broke, overwhelmed, not getting through at the end of the month, asking myself, is life really supposed to be this hard? To making multiple six figures in dollars online. And I'm saying in dollars because I'm South African. So I made my first million in South African Rand in 6 months. And in dollars, it's about like $56,000. So I've now made multiple six figures. And I promise you, I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying it to show you what is possible. If you believe in yourself and believe that that vision that you have for the future that you want, that because you are so unsatisfied where you are right now, I'm sure you are, there's a reason for it. It's not to, it's not for you to stay there, it's for you to really make a change. Okay, so I'm going to share that with you in a moment. So I'm going to start sharing my screen. Okay, so I can explain very clearly exactly step by step how this works. So we want to help you to start the right way. Okay, so put in the comments there for me. Who's been feeling very overwhelmed with what's happening in the online space? Just put me in the comments. If you've been feeling overwhelmed, like there's just so many options, like everyone's saying this is good and everyone's saying that is good, and you just do not know anymore which is the right way. Okay, that's exactly why you're here. So if you're feeling overwhelmed by so many, too many online income options, this training is going to be for you. So if I was you, I would just grab a pen and paper. Okay, someone's saying, Leanne says understatement. And Marina says it's like so overwhelming, very overwhelming. I totally get you. Okay, so after this training, you're going to be very clear. You're going to know exactly what to do. And you know what? If this is meant for you, you're going to be very excited after this webinar. You will not be able to contain your excitement because you're going to see what I saw 2 years ago. So this training is going to be for you. Get a pen and paper. You're going to want to make some notes or maybe take some screenshots. Okay. So why many people are so confused about online income is, especially in the day and age that we live in, there's just too many options now. Digital marketing and affiliate marketing started actually in the 1980s. And now, since COVID, it started booming because a lot of people needed income. And now there are so many online, it's like so confusing. The good news is that it's far from saturated. Okay. And why a lot of people are confused about the things online is because everyone's teaching a different method. Everyone says this works, and the other one says, no, this works. Most content shows results, but they don't show you the how. They don't show you the process. And beginners don't know just what's legit anymore. Because unfortunately, there are a lot of scams online. Unfortunately, people are taking profiles. I mean, just go search me on TikTok. You're going to find a lot of Lizelles on TikTok. Unfortunately, people, when they see you successful and they see you are helping people financially, they take a screenshot or a profile of yours and they pretend to be you. Okay. And that's unfortunately what's been happening, especially on TikTok. But TikTok is such a nice platform because you grow very fast on TikTok. So, who this is actually working for is moms with limited time. Moms, parents, busy professionals, they just don't have time to get a side hustle off the ground. Okay. 9 to 5ers that are starting part time. Okay. They're already working a 9 to 5. So if you've been looking for something that's going to take less time, we can earn good money, this is going to be for you. Beginners that doesn't have any products, if you don't even know what a digital product is, this is going to be for you. And people who don't want to be online all day. Just out of curiosity, put in the comments there for me, how many hours are you spending a day, that time, online, every single day? Let me know in the comments there. Is it 4 hours? Is it 7 hours? How much time are you spending online? I'm sure you don't want to spend so much time online. Put a yes in the comments if you don't want to spend so much time. Okay? I went from spending about 7 to 8 hours online every day, looking at people, having the life that I want, to going to 2 hours a day just doing business. not anymore online. So my aha moment came 2 years ago. It was 2023. I was struggling. Okay. I was struggling. I was in my beauty salon over there. I started during COVID because during COVID I decided, you know what? This is all bull. I cannot keep on working so hard, being away from my kids, being away from my family. I just wanted a way to work smarter. I wanted to work for myself. If you want to work for yourself, put a one in the comments. Because you probably want that financial freedom. You want that time freedom. Because what does it help if you make a lot of money, but you don't have time to spend it with the people that you love? And what does it help if you work all the time, but you still don't make enough money? That is the predicament I found myself in. So during COVID, I was working for a corporate company. The salary was okay. And then when COVID hit, the salary fell with more than 50%. And I knew then and there, you know what? I might as well. I might as well just do my own thing and work for myself because now I'm getting peanuts as a salary. Plus, I'm not making enough money anyway, so I might as well go and work for myself. So, what happened was I did it my way. I went online, did some beauty courses, opened up a little beauty salon, and for 3 years, I was stuck again in that 9 to 5, working. If I wanted to make more money, I needed to work more. And I will never forget it. It was December or November 2023. The kids' school just closed, and my child came to the car and she handed me a letter. And I could immediately see in her face, she knew what was in that letter. Now, I don't know if you've ever felt behind on bills and you were trying to hide it from your kids. Up until that point, I was trying to hide financial stress from my kids for 3 years. And the moment that day she came with that letter, I knew that's a letter from the school saying that, I don't know, just bad news. And that letter said that she's not allowed to go back to school if I don't pay the bill. Now, I wasn't behind just 1 month. I was behind many, many months, and I felt so trapped in my circumstances because the amount of hours that I had to work just to cover the school fees was already mind blowing. And I felt like I was in an impossible situation. And it was there and then that I knew I needed to do something different. But here's what I didn't know. I did not know the how. So you might be in a place right now where you're feeling exactly the same thing. You're like, Lizelle, I know that feeling. I know what it feels like. And maybe, look here, your story doesn't have to be as soppy as mine, but that is mine. That is my story. I was tired of struggling. I was tired of checking my bills every month, working out a budget on what can I afford to buy groceries this week. Tired of running away from my kids because they would always ask me what they want and I knew I couldn't buy it for them. I was just tired of being like that. I didn't want to be rich. I just wanted enough. I didn't want to stress anymore. So I knew I needed to do something. I just didn't know the how. Put a how in the comments if you are there. You just want to know how. How can I go from having to budget to just earning money and not having to stress all the time and work harder? Okay. So there's a lot of you that's saying how. This is why I love doing these calls because I know what changed for me. And I'm sitting in front of you. I don't have any fancy degree. I don't have any fancy experience. I knew nothing about the online space. That the moment I discovered digital and affiliate marketing, I had to Google those words. So if you're sitting and you're thinking, oh my goodness, but Lizelle, I can't do videos like you, I can't do this like you, just relax because I was in your exact shoes 2 years ago where I knew nothing. I Googled the first time I heard it. I started Googling what is digital marketing, started investigating, doing my research, and I saw, oh my word, there were other moms just like me that is now living the life that I want to live, but they were in the same position as me. And because I knew that if it's possible for them, it can be possible for me too. I just need someone to show me how. And that's when I discovered that you could actually get a course that you purchase that can go through the skills. You can start learning these skills, but I didn't have to go to varsity or go learn a couple of months to start learning it. I could immediately start earning while I was learning how this works. Now, I just have to share this with you. You can see on the right-hand side. That's the life we live now. We bought a house on the water, something I've always wanted. I was able to pay off all my debt. I sit in the salon. I'm going for my hair again tomorrow. I don't have someone controlling my time. I move and go as I please. I get time to spend with my kids. I get to be at home with them. I never, ever, since 2 years ago, worry about money again. And here's the thing, because I was happy and I wanted the right stuff, that's why $10 a month for me was like, what? When I made my first $10,000 online, my mind blew. I was like, in South African Rand, that's almost 200,000. I've never or ever in my life saw that type of money. To me now, it's not even abnormal because of the online space. So gear up. I'm going to show you exactly how this works. I'm not going to keep anything to myself. I'm going to show you step by step exactly how this works so that at the end of this call, you can get off and you can go do it on your own or you can let us help you. It's your choice. To date, I've made over $500,000 online as a stay-at-home mom, working a couple of hours a day, being mom, and generating income online. And I'm going to share exactly that blueprint with you, exactly on how to do that. So here's what social media shows you, right? Social media shows you you have to constantly post. You have to be like 24/7 online. It shows you that you have to go viral to make money. It shows you that you need huge following. Man, is that a lie? Like if for some reason we think if someone has 200,000 followers, they are making money. It is so not the truth, right? They're making loud income claims. But here's the thing, you don't need a huge following. I made my very first $10,000 online, and I think I had like 1,500 followers. And that was on my first account, okay? My first TikTok account. You don't need to be techie, and you don't need to post constantly, and you don't need to figure it out alone. You can actually get help in showing you step by step how to do this. Okay, so how it actually works, what actually works is one clear income path. Okay, just cut out all the noise of what everyone's telling you. Just choose one clear path of how you want to make money online, a simple system that will work online for you, support while you implement, and consistent action. Okay? So by the end of this, you're going to know why most people fail before they even start, what income paths actually make sense for beginners, and how to choose one that fits your life, not someone else's highlight reel or what seems not doable. Okay? Here's exactly how it works. But before I get into exactly how it works, okay, this is going to break it down so clearly for you. I just want you to hear it from someone else as well. So I just want to ask Celia to just briefly come and share because I've got another person sharing as well. Just briefly come and share because I just want you to hear another mom's story. So you hear it's not just me, and I want you to hear it from someone else's perspective. Celia.
I'm here. Hi, Sally. Good evening, everybody. So I'm Cecilia Jacobs. I'm a normal South African mama that incidentally during COVID also started studying online to open up a salon after COVID, also after a divorce. Now, prior to doing that, I had a daycare center for 10 years. My heart of heart has been always, since the day my little girl gave her first cry, to be the mum that's always there. I wanted to mum my life away. I wanted to be the mum that never misses anything, that sees everything, that's always there, that can do anything for her, that can do everything for her. That was my heart. That's what I wanted for my little girl. So 10 years into the daycare industry, I ended up being the mum never next to the sports field, never being called on by the teachers to help out at the tuck shop. I was never invited to help with the concerts. And I realized, the reason I opened this daycare center was to have time with my child. And now it was actually taking that time from my child. So I decided to sell the daycare center and I had this plan to open up a salon. And then COVID struck. Like literally within the first 3 months after selling that daycare center, COVID struck. And there I sat at home. I got tired of Netflix. I got tired we still had, what was it, DSTV that time. You get tired. And I started going online and wanted to learn things. And that's when I discovered the e-learning industry for the very first time. And I fell in love with the fact that I didn't need to leave my child anywhere to study or to get new skills. I didn't need to pay through my ears to go and study at an institute for petrol, toll gates, accommodation, all those things. So I fell in love with learning online. But unfortunately, after COVID, I went through a divorce, which meant I opened up a brand new salon, single mom, me and my little girl, and in a very small town. So needless to say, very, very soon, I ended up being the mum, being phoned by debt collectors all the time, more than my own mum. The insanity of this was I actually worked more. I had less control over my time. I ended up being the mum working 15 hours a day. And if you're going to be like, yeah, Celia, that means you worked until 9, 10 o'clock at night. Yes, my friend, that's what it meant. And if my little girl needed a pair of tackies, I would even offer up time on a Sunday with her so that I can work more and give her that. Now, it got to the point where I turned into a snappy mum. And you can say snappy if in the last month you snapped at your children or your spouse or anybody that you love out of peer stress, out of peer pressure, because I started snapping. And it was my first reaction because I was overworked, I was tired, I was broke, I was feeling like I was failing at everything. And if my child needed something, it felt like, oh, my soul. You know, what is it? How much more can I give? There's only so much of me. But none of that really made me take action. Until the day that I picked my child up from school, and for the umpteenth time, I rushed her. It was like, Nanny, you know what? I've got a bridal party at the salon, so when I pick you up today, you run. This was a grade 8, going through initiation. I was like, you run, because I need to get back there. This is Bridezilla, and we needed that money, you guys. My child was 5 minutes late. And what was my first reaction? I snapped because she made me late for work. I snapped even before she got into the car. And as I turned in my moment of snapping and I looked at her, she was already crying. My child had a tough day at school. She got in the car crying, and I made it worse. The worst part of it all is that I never had the time to fix that with her because she fell asleep on that couch in my living room waiting for me. She didn't take comfort in her phone. She didn't take comfort in her room. She waited for her mom. And I couldn't be there for her because I worked until past 9 that evening. That was the day where I decided, this is not the mom I want to be. I've got 2 little angel babies up in heaven. So when that little girl was born, I promised myself I'll never miss a thing. And I was busy failing. So that was one of the evenings where I fell on my knees in a shower and I was like, God, please, this can't be it. This is not the life that you planned for me. This can't be it. Please open another door. You guys, I kid you not. I started seeing mums online. Obviously, I went to Google asking for legal, legit ways to make money online. I literally asked Google for programs to teach me how to do that. But I started seeing the mum that I resonated with online. And she connected with my heart. And I was like, I need to try this. I need to check it out. So step 1 is I clicked on her link. Step 2, she invited me to a webinar similar to this. And I jumped onto that webinar. Step 3, by the end of that webinar, I decided this is it. This is my answer. You took 2 of those steps. You are sitting in front of your 3rd step tonight. As I sit in front of you here, I'm telling you, within 6 weeks, I made my first dollars online. 3 months later, I didn't have a single bit of debt on my name. 5 months later, I flipped our zip code and moved from Messina to the ocean. Where now my little girl is in a school where she never comes home crying. As I sit here in front of you, it's a little bit over 2 years now. Over 5 million rand later as a South African mom. I no longer take a calculator to the grocery store. I no longer not have time to sit down with my little girl and talk with her. I'm now a mom that works from home from my phone. And I'm going to tell you, I'm nothing special. If I could do this, and I can tell you, if Lizelle can do this, anybody will be able to do this. So if anything, I just hope that I could give you a little bit of hope tonight. If you snapped, and if you've been crying, and if you've been praying, you've come to an answer tonight. So take that pen, take that paper, and focus on what Lizelle is going to teach you next. Sally, thank you.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I just love that. I just love it. So touching. We're real people. It's real. It's just real. So I'm going to show you how this works. So if you want to start making money online, it doesn't even have to be with us or with someone else. If you want to start making money online today, you need these three things on the screen. So you can take a screenshot here. You need a digital product. And the reason you need a digital product is a digital product is something like an ebook, a guide, a course. Think about, I mean, anybody that can do long distance learning, we used to call it that, or online schooling, you know, you can have something like that, or you can maybe have an e-guide or an ebook or something. But you want a digital product because if you have a digital product, it means you have something that you can sell in your sleep. It means that you can sell it. There's no stock issues. There's no delivery issues. You can create it once and you can sell it over and over and over again. The next thing you need is you need an automated system. If you really want to sell it in your sleep, you want an automated system that handles the selling for you online, all of that stuff. Think about it quickly. You can go to Amazon, Take a Lot, any of those places online. Tomorrow at 2 a.m., you can go and order something online, right? Think about, let me know in the comments, say, what have you ordered what's the last thing you've ordered online? Maybe it's even groceries. You place the order, you immediately get an email or a text message to say that your order has been placed, right? Headphones, a book, clothes, right? So you get that email immediately and you can order that tomorrow morning at 2 a.m. The person that is letting you know when to expect your parcel, that's not a person. That is an automated system. That's an automated system that took care of the sale, that's letting you know when you can expect it, that's doing all of that for you. With a digital product, it's even better because there's no shipment. That person can immediately get it through an email, download the digital product, and there we go, right? And the next thing that you need, if you have an automated system and you have a digital product, you just need to be discovered. You need people to discover what you have. Now, you heard Cecilia's story, you heard my story. The way most of us can discover something is when we're online because we are over 5.3 billion people scrolling social media every day, and it's just increasing. So, this is where we find stuff online because we scroll our phones. So if you are not online, how are people going to find you? Right? If Checkers was not online, Woolies were not online, Timo were not online, who's got physical products, how would you find them? How would you find anything if you're not online? And this is why you need a discovery method. Because if you have the automated system and the digital product, you sort it with that, right? So, first, you need to choose your digital product. You need to choose what it is that you want to do. So, you can do services like you can be a virtual assistant, you can create Canva documents for designs for someone, you can service. In other words, if I need a design or something, you can do the design for me and you charge me for your service. The only thing with service is that you again trading your time for money. In other words, you will have to work more again physically to make more money because it's service, right? The other thing is owning your own digital products, like an ebook and all of that, which is fantastic because I've got so many people in our community that creates their own products as well, right? But the only thing is if that's the route you're going and you have to start from scratch with that, it's going to take some time before you make the money, right? Because you still need to learn how to create the product. You still need to test it in the market. You still need to test if there's a demand for it. You have to do everything and make sure it works without even making the money first, right? Or you can leverage models online that's already working. And this is where the growth is fast because with an online model that's already working means you don't have to reinvent the wheel. It means you can immediately start earning while you're learning how it works, right? It means you can just get going. Think about people in the old way of doing it before online was there. People used to buy franchises, okay? Why would they buy a franchise coffee shop if they can open their own coffee shop? Because there's a lot of risk opening their own coffee shop. They don't know if it's going to work. It costs a lot of money. So they're putting a lot of effort, time, and money in, not knowing if it's going to work. Where if they buy a franchise, there's already a working, proven business model. So their chances of success is basically 99.9% because they're already following someone else's way of doing it that's already working. If that's making sense, put yes in the comments for me. That's making sense, right? It's just business sense. Okay? Awesome. The next is what you want to do is you want to choose the system. Now, there's a lot of systems online that will charge you a lot of money, and this is where people do themselves in. People that are trying online to make money by themselves end up spending a lot of money on a lot of subscriptions and things because they don't know what they need. So they buy everything that pops up, right? But let me explain to you how the automated system works. So, and this is why you need it. So, when you are on social media, now you're obviously here tonight because you got through for someone that showed up on social media. Yes? Someone showed up on social media. They told you about what's happening. So, come and check it out if that is what you want. Okay? The only way you found that person is because the algorithm of social media picked up what you were interested in. So maybe you've been Googling how to make money online. Maybe you've been searching for online business models, or maybe you've been watching posts of people talking about business and you've been looking for a way to earn an extra income. So what happens is the algorithm of social media pushes you to that type of content. So now you hear Cecilia or Lizelle, okay, there's a video. So they're telling me about this online income that they did. So because you're on social media, you discover them. Okay. So now because you discover them, now they say, like if you're here tonight, depending on who you came through, you either came because someone said, we're having a live webinar tonight. And you're like, well, that's free training for me. I want that. Okay. So what did you do? You gave your email. So if it's not a webinar, it's normally like a freebie, just explaining to you how it works, or they offer you something like a free guide or free training because when you send your email, they can send you more information. They have a way to contact you. This is making sense. Can I just put a yes in the comments? I just want to know, is this making sense? I want you to really get off this call and be very, very clear on how this works. Okay, great. So what happens is the funnel, the awareness stage starts where through social media you become aware. Like in my case, I didn't even know a 2 hour workday existed. I didn't know that this online method existed. I thought I had to go look for another job to make more money. So I became aware. I'm like, yes, I'm interested in this. So what happens is you start getting interest. So you give your email, you start getting emails and you start getting explained, you learn more about how this works. Then you go through a consideration phase that we call this the buyer's journey, right? So the consideration phase is you've watched webinars, you've done training, you've seen the emails, and now you make the decision if you want to purchase. The ones who decide this is for them, they purchase. The other ones who don't, they don't. Because the truth is, not everyone will purchase from you because it might not be for everyone, right? This is why the funnel goes from big to small. So, what we do is we actually teach you how to help the people that don't purchase. So, not only do you make more money, but you also can help people more. You will learn very quickly we're all about helping, okay? Because we are normal, regular people. We are not just in this for the business, we know what this business can do. So that's the automated system. You choose your discovery method. You can choose which platform you want to use. If you don't want to show your face and you're like, you know what, Lizelle, I don't really want anyone to know what I'm busy with, go on Pinterest. Pinterest is not a social media platform. That is a search engine. It's like YouTube. Okay. I don't have YouTube on here, but there's so many that you can choose from. So you can use Pinterest. Maybe you want to help business people. That's LinkedIn. TikTok. I started with TikTok. I had no clue how to use TikTok. Everyone was using TikTok when I started. So I was like, okay, let's do TikTok. Okay. And I started with TikTok. On TikTok, you grow quickly. You can go Instagram. Facebook stays the number one platform. So depends on you choose which discovery method do you want to use. Okay. So what did we discuss now? You choose your digital product, you choose a system, and you choose a discovery method. But here's why most people choose the wrong path. Most people choose the wrong path because there's too many decisions. There's no product or there's no offer. There's no guidance for them. There's no feedback, or they're trying to do everything on their own, right? So I just want Serena to come up in a moment because Serena, look at her. This is in our community, screenshots that we put on here. She says she's made over $2,800 in 10 days. Okay. Latasha made over 100,000 in January. Nico also made 100,000. So I just want Serena, again, just someone to come and share with you how this is working for her. Serena, are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yay!
Hello,
Thank you for
everyone.
sharing.
You're so welcome. But I want to, before I even start, I want to say I truly am so honored to speak about this because I believe in it so much. And excuse me if I'm going to get emotional, because as I was thinking what I'm going to share with you guys, I remember my journey. My journey wasn't always easy. So if you don't know me, my name is Serena J, and I lost everything. I literally walked out of a marriage of 25 years with 300 Rand on my name. I live in a small coastal town. I didn't even have money to go look for a job. So a job wasn't even an option for me. I was literally like in rock bottom. So if you are there tonight, I feel you. I know what it feels like. And I knew that I had to go online. And it was about a year to almost 2 years ago. And I found solutions in the online space. Those solutions kept my head above water. It showed me what I should do, and I learned about digital marketing. But it was never a fact that, oh my word, I can restore what I've lost. Because before I lost everything, I was living a very comfortable life. And I had it all sorted for my future and for my children's future. And I was thinking, but I must do something else to restore what I've lost. And it was October last year that a friend of mine actually contacted me, and she said to me, I need you to look at this. And I said, I don't have money. That was my biggest first response. I don't have money. I'm not looking. I just have to make work what I have. There's no option for me. And she kept on bugging me, and she said, why don't you just look at my back office? Now, because I was in an online space, I knew what I was battling with. And the moment that I saw what was inside the back office of this DMS system, I was sold in a moment. I didn't have a clue how I was going to pay for it. I just knew that I had to get my hands on it because it solved all the issues that I was having before. And before I even launched, I actually changed the funnel, and I branded it as this is the fast way to online earning. And that was before I even made a sale. And 2 weeks after that, I made my first sale. And it was actually a week ago that I realized I have just become a six-figure online earner because of DMS alone. I am rebuilding my life, restoring my life day by day, but because I think it's three things. It is a journey of becoming, because for me in this system, it's not just about the money. You're gonna grow as a person so incredibly much. It's about the program that will lead you and guide you step by step. And I promise you, the value that you're going to get in this DMS system far outweighs the money that you'll have to take out to get your hands on it. Because if I think of the price that I would have lost out on if I kept with my little line, I don't have money. Look at what I would have lost if I didn't take action on that. And then the third thing is, for me, the integrity that this business is run by. And there are a few people in my life that I can truly honestly say has made a huge impact in my life. And Lizelle, I've never told you that, but you are one of those people, and I'll be forever grateful. So guys, if you are sitting here and you are down and out, let my life be a testimony of what is possible. Yes, it's hard work, but everything in life is hard work. Choose your heart. I'd rather have this life that I live now than be stuck where I was or still in survival mode. I'm done with that. So if you are fed up with your life, and for people that knows me for one quote, and I always say, whatever you're not changing, you are choosing. So think about your life tonight. If you are in a sucky situation with where you are, stop making excuses, and start deciding that you want a different life and go for it. Thank you, Lizelle.
Oh, thank you so much, Serena. Oh, that was just amazing. Wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much. So you heard it, right? Oh, it's amazing. I just love seeing how people's life change. I just really love it. So how to know if an online income path is right for you? Okay? If it fits your time. A lot of people don't have a lot of time. All of us didn't have time. If it fits your season, the season that you're in, right? If it has support and it doesn't rely on any guesswork. Okay. So what's working in 2026? On the left-hand side, you'll see, which is a great honor for us at DMS, is we've been featured on CBS 42. We've been featured on Fox News. We've been featured in I just couldn't put it all on one slide, but it just shows you what we do is legitimate. It's not a fly by night thing. Starting with something that's done for you is what's the shift is in 2026. People don't want the noise. They just want clarity. They want to know what works and they want to follow a simple path. They don't want to do it themselves. They don't want to struggle with tech issues or buy something and just be
Lizelle,
left alone. Yes.
sorry, the screenshot is not showing. We are still on how to know if it's an online income path right for you.
I'm so
CVS and all of that is
sorry.
not showing.
Okay, let me go. And now?
Um, yeah, it's showing.
Okay.
You can go on.
Great. Thank you. Okay. What's also working is using proven funnels and offers. Now, maybe like me, for the first time you're hearing the word funnels, it's going to be your best friend because that's the thing that's working online for you. Getting support instead of guessing. Okay. Building confidence before anything gets complicated. So here's Anel. You just heard her. So I'll ask her if there's time to share a little bit later. I just want to get through it and really get you to see what this is all about because I see we're running out of time. Zanel also that just spoke. She has made over 89,000 Rand in 8 days. She averages about, if I'm correct, $10,000 a month. She's amazing at what she does. And her husband works overseas and she's earning more than him. So hopefully he will come home soon, which is amazing. Cecilia, you heard her story. This is screenshots from our community. $987 while watching a movie, not working while watching a movie. I always say it's not that you don't work, you just work smarter. Instead of working 8 hours a day, you work about 2 to 3, depending on how long it takes you, and you work around your time, right? So here's why I created Digital Magnetic System. When I started in the online space, I started with a done for you system, which really helped me a lot and I made a lot of money with it. But I came to a point where I was tired of seeing people overwhelmed. My business was growing, I was getting more customers, and all the more customers was getting overwhelmed with the technical side of the business and overwhelmed with showing up online, not being confident, not wanting to show their face. I could see what was working as I was doing hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of one on ones. And to protect my time and energy and again work smarter, because that's one thing you're going to learn in this. You're going to learn how to work smarter, not harder. I could see that it would work better if I could just put it all in a system. I wanted something simple and something that could support people better. And I wanted just real people to win. People that are just real, like you and I. And the thing is with us in South Africa, so we've got a community and we are global. Like we've got people from even an island in Mauritius is in here. Like the US, the UK, Canada, Namibia, South Africa, Botswana, like everyone's in here. But what sets DMS apart is it's an affiliate program. So that means you don't need your own payment gateways. You don't need to connect stuff together. You can sell from anywhere in the world. You don't need to have a special payment gateway set up, for instance. So I knew I could help people with that. And it was actually born from a small little course that I did where people had amazing results. And from there, I just knew instead of just giving them bits and pieces, and having them have 10 programs, let's just put everything that's working, cut out all the noise and the fluff, and let's put it in one program so there's a clear step by step process. So here's what makes it different. We've got a done for you structure inside here. Every single thing is already done for you. A very clear starting point, multiple income paths. So doesn't matter where you start here, you're not going to have just one income stream. We are setting you up for success in having more than one income stream. We include coaching in this community. This is what we stand for because instead of just leaving you, we have specific coaching set up so that we can make sure that you have every single thing that you need to be amazingly successful. And there's no pressure to perform. We are all normal, regular people with nothing special. We've got some doctors in here. We've got a lot of professionals in here. We are like from all over. And we are just people with the same goal. We want to work smarter, not harder. For us, what's more important in life is having a lifestyle where we are in control of our time and our money. So just to give you, because I hear this all the time, people say, but I don't see people showing their own digital products. These are just two screenshots of many in the community at the moment where people are creating their own digital products and making money from it. I normally talk about Kiara on the left. She made over $3,600 in a couple of weeks with her own program. She was just telling people how she lost weight, and she created a PDF, sold it for $99, and made a lot of money with it. Amuray, there's a lot of others that created their own digital products. While they have the ability to earn because they get resale rights, they are creating their own digital products as well. So if you wanted to create your own digital product, you can do it. This works best if you want extra income online, if you don't want to start from scratch, if you value guidance and support, and you want something that's realistic. Okay? So at this point, you don't need any more information. Okay? Can I put an amen in the comments? You want to know the cost now, eh? You want to know, how can I be supported through this, and how can I know? Let me see. Amen. You guys want the details? Okay, let's get into it, eh? So suspense is building. So the first step is join DMS, get the system and the support, stop guessing, stop wasting time being in the same position that you're in, and start with clarity. So what we have DMS Pro. This is a complete done for you program. Everything, as soon as you get started, you have someone that sets up your entire system for you. You don't have to pay someone to do it. You don't have to try and figure it out yourself. Everything is already set up for you. You get resale rights to 2 products, the DMS and the starter. That means you can immediately start earning between $400 and $1,000 per sale. Okay. You get 12 exclusive PLR products. Those are extra income streams that you can use. These products you can rebrand, rename as your own, as if you created it. It's private label right products. That's just an extra. You can use it for freebies. You can give it away for free, or you can bundle it with your product, or you can sell it on its own, or you don't even have to touch it now, because you'll have the starter and the pro. You get a 30-day content strategy plan. In other words, you're not going to guess what to post. You're going to get faceless marketing strategy. For those of you who want to do faceless marketing and you don't want to show your face, you're going to get a complete module of that. You're going to get an advanced launch strategy plan to show you exactly how to make your first $10,000 online. You're going to get a complete module on perfect customer masterclass, because here's the thing. Why do you think most of the people can be successful with this? Why? Because I have this question all the time, but Lizelle, if everyone's doing it, who's going to buy from me? That's why. Because everyone has a perfect customer. People buy from people they know, like, and trust. They're going to buy from you for a reason, and you are being taught how that gets done. You're going to get the magnetic sales formula. A lot of people don't have confidence. They still sit with past trauma. They are in their own mind. They might have a very, very bad upbringing where they went through abuse and feel like this life is not for them. A lot of people went through hard times, or they're just very critical of themselves. They don't feel good enough. They don't feel that they can do this. And the magnetic sales formula is all about that. It's about your mindset. It's about going from who you think you were to who you're supposed to be. You will be so purpose-driven just with that you're going to know exactly what your purpose is. You're also getting a complete course on creating your own products. Should you want to create your own products, we have got a funnel, templates, everything for you. You don't have to create anything from scratch. And you get certified on the DMS Pro. You get pod coaching. Now, pod coaching is, instead of just getting in a sea of people and feeling alone, you get in small groups every second week where you grow with a 5 or a 6-figure dollar earner, and they coach you every second week. They coach you in small groups on exactly where you need assistance. We also have a lot of guest speakers coming into the community, 7, 8-figure earners that come in the community, come speak to us, okay? Just the value of all of this is over $6,000. And you'll know it with the first moment you get in. But that's not what we're going to charge. Because here's why. I didn't want to charge the $6,000 because I remember where I used to be. I remember that I just wanted access to something that will work for me. I didn't have this type of money. So we only charge $1,197 because we want to make it accessible to everyone. And you pay a once-off $67 activation fee. Now, that activation fee, when you have an email address and a .com, like a website, you need a hosting company. You need a .com, you need a professional email address. Otherwise, you're going to come up as spam. So that covers that. It covers the funnels, it covers your setup, everything. We do have payment plans as well. Okay. So if you feel like, Lizelle, I am ready to go all in. I want to have all these income streams. I'm ready to have the coaching. I'm ready to have it all. And you feel like, oh my goodness, 1197. I would just love to. There are payment plans. When you go to the website, just get back to the person that invited you here. Ask them for that link. They can help you. Now, I know a lot of people are just not ready for that level of support. They are like, let me just see if, let me just get going on it quickly. Let me tip my toe in and see if this is for me. And let me just get ready, get earning, and then I'll upgrade later. That's why we have the starter. Now, the starter also comes with a done for you business setup. You get the resale rights. With every single sale, you make over $447. Okay. You get 6 exclusive PLR products, 30-day content strategy plan set out for you. You get the faceless marketing strategy, the weekly group support. We get on a call every Monday, a 5K roadmap on how to make $5,000 a month online, the perfect customer masterclass, the magnetic sales formula. We couldn't leave that out because we wanted everyone to be successful. The total value of that is over 2,500. But again, we wanted to make it accessible. And that's why that one is $497 with that once of $67 activation fee. There's no monthly costs. There's no hidden fees. That's it. Okay. Show me a business that you can start. I mean, making 10,000, 20,000, and it goes up $30,000, $40,000 a month. Show me a business that you can start for this type of money if you had to go start that on your own. It just doesn't exist. Okay. So there's the DMS starter. It's for those who want to start, explore, and build the confidence. And then you get the DMS Pro. You just want to go all in already. You want that support. You want to get there fast. You want fast clarity. Okay. So
hello, Lizelle.
just want you to listen to him.
Hope you enjoyed the webinar so far. Lizelle, thank you so much for inviting me to come and tell my story tonight. Guys, if you don't know me, my name is Nico, and I used to work as an agricultural worker in America for 5 years. I think people have a misconception of how it is to work as an HCA worker in America. Yes, the money is good, but the worst part is being away from your friends and family for 9 months out of the year and not having income for 3 months when you're back in South Africa. And that's one of the reasons why I started digital affiliate marketing 18 months ago. Back in 2024, I needed to go back to America a month before I was actually supposed to go because I didn't have enough money to pay my next month's expenses. And the worst part is I missed my fiance Nicola's birthday. It absolutely killed me. I knew I needed to change. Year in and year out in America, I was already thinking in my truck, what can I do to stay in South Africa and make the same amount of money? But as you all know, it's very hard to get a job paying you 50, 80 to 120,000 rand a month. So when I was in America, I think it was 2-3 months in, Nicola phoned me the one day, and I remember it like yesterday. She told me there's normal South Africans making dollars from their phones, and it's literally more than what you're making in America. And I was like, what? Let's give this thing a chance. If it doesn't work out, I'll just stay in America and keep on doing what I'm doing. But I need to see if this can work for me or not. And I'm not lying, I'm not trying to sell dreams here, but 4 to 5 weeks after I started, I packed my bags and I came back to South Africa. This will be my second season of going back to America. I've been in the industry for 18 months. I've done courses, I've done programs, and I've reached more than 2.5 million rand in the online space. And what helped me with that was the DMS program, because it completely changed the way I see and think about making money online. Guys, we've been led by a multi-millionaire, and I don't think Lizelle would have made the success or reached the success she has if she didn't know what she was doing. If you want to build a personal brand, go create your own digital products. This is the way to go. Guys, don't overthink it. You don't have to be an influencer. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be tech savvy. You just have to be yourself and have the right system. The right system is DMS, and it's right here. Lizelle, thank you so much. Have a wonderful night. Cheers.
And that is Nico. I just wanted to share with him because a lot of people wonder, but where's the guys? Why aren't they sharing? I don't know. Us women are just very generous with the way we share, right? So if this resonated, this is what you can do. Step 1 is not to overthink this, okay? Because overthinking is what's keeping you in a situation where you are. I can speak of that. For 3 years, I was just overthinking everything. Step 2 is to choose the level of support that you want, okay? Starter or the pro. And 3, take action while clarity is fresh, while you know exactly step by step. So I've got some bonuses, okay? So first and foremost, you get a system. This system doesn't cost you anything monthly, okay? Many other programs, that automated system I spoke about, many other programs start with $99 a month, Okay? You're getting a free system. You get content templates. In other words, you're not going to have to think, oh my goodness, what am I going to post? There's an entire content vault that you can copy, paste, and post. In the DMS Pro, we give you fresh content every single month. You get live Zoom calls. Okay, there's a weekly live Zoom call. If you are a newbie on here, you start today, you're gonna get on a call. Okay, there's a 24/7 active chat community, multiple coaches and guest speakers that we always have. We've got an onboarding call that's going on Tuesday, I think, or Monday it is. Okay, we've got Monday calls where we do content audits, where we give you feedback, where we just want you to grow. If you win, we win, right? This is exactly how this space works. And you have the secret sales weapon. Now, if you have not heard about the secret sales weapon, this is going to be your new bestie, because this secret sales weapon is an AI bot that has a multi six-figure strategy that's going to create your content for you, write your emails for you, literally does everything. She can even plan how you can reach your goals. Okay? That is, and this anyone can do. Go to ChatGPT, but ChatGPT is going to give you a generic answer. This bot has been trained in the online space for success. And then we have an AI twin, right? We teach you how to create your own AI twin, that if you don't want to show up, or you don't have time to create the content, your AI twin can show up for you. We've got the training in there, right? So if you have any questions, this is going to be your next step. You get back to the person that invited you here. Let them know which one you're interested in, either the starter or the pro. And if you have any questions, you can ask the questions. Okay, what you need to know is this space is created for a beginner like you. We treat this space as if you are brand new, knowing nothing, because we remember what that feels like. So your next step is you got here through someone that invited you here with an email. Okay, you just reply to that email. If there's any questions, you ask them for any questions. I'll take one or two questions if there's something I can answer, because I see we do have some time left. Any questions that you want to ask me that I can answer for you on here now?
So to just raise your hand at the bottom, you guys, there's a raise hand, little hand, and then you react with your little hand.
Tandu, if no one invited you and you saw a Facebook post, go back to that Facebook post. You had to, this link is not shared really publicly, right? Info on the payment plan. So when you just need to get back to the person that invited you, ask them just to send you the link. Okay. When you click on the payment plan, there's a 3-month payment plan. So on the Pro, obviously there's interest charge. On the Pro, it's $450 a month. On the starter, it's $220 a month for 3 months. Okay. This is the method of income just selling the program over and over. Oh, that's a good question. Is this method of income just selling the program over and over? The method of income is selling the program, yes. Or you can create your own digital products. So it all depends on where you are. In my case, for me, it's amazing while I'm making money, helping other people also to make money and start learning and earning at the same time. Where if you create your own digital products, which you will learn in here, it just takes a little bit longer, you know? So you can create multiple. We've got people inside our community that's now doing coaching, that's creating their own programs, helping other companies, you know, because of the skills that you learn inside here. Right. You can use PLR products, yes. Okay. I think I've answered everything. Okay, so please get back to the person that invited you here. Okay, you can upgrade at any time. Okay, so if you are wanting to start with a starter, you can upgrade, or you can just go all in and say, I'm 100% committed and invested. We made the payment plans, we gave it to you, so there's really no reason. You heard the stories here tonight. If none of us took the chance and we did it, we would still be in this situation that we were in. It just is what it is. Digital marketing and affiliate marketing is where it's at. Now, there's a lot of other ways that you can do affiliate marketing. You can go apply to be an affiliate for Amazon and all those places, but you get such a small commission for every sale. So that's just a modern way of doing multi-level marketing. This is something completely different. Okay. Zanali, share a little bit for me. Thank you, Cecilia, because we do have time. Share your story for us.
Okay. Hi, everybody. So I'm Danielle Stradum. I changed my name. I'm not the second Lizelle. And I went from struggling, being broke as a joke, not getting through a month, working my behind off for 2 jobs, salary still not enough. I cried myself to sleep. I came home one day, my little girl saw me working for the millionth of time on my laptop, and she asked me, like, what are you doing? And I said, I'm working. And she's like, okay, why do I bother to ask you anything if the answer is just going to be no, mommy? And she was 4. And I knew then and there, Sanel, this can't be life. This can't be the way. Your husband's working 9 months away. He's an H2A worker. You're working 2 jobs. Someone else is raising my babies because I have to put bread and milk on a table, putting them on a camping cot on a Sunday to make money for the week. And I did not have the money. That is just the honest truth. I sold my couches to get the money because enough was enough. I needed to make that change. I needed to set that example for my kids. And I felt like a failure. I felt like I'm losing my dreams, myself. I'm not being a proper mom my kids deserve, a wife my husband deserve. I can't even properly contribute to the bills. Like, what the hell are you doing with your life? You're 35 years old. There has to be more. And I saw this stranger of a mom making $10,000 online, and I thought it's too good to be true. Like every South African out there, it has to be a scam, it has to be too good to be true. Somebody's going to steal my money. I took a chance, you guys. And that one leap of faith that I took, scared, unsure, not knowing what I was going to do, not having a product, not being on TikTok, no clue what to do. That gave me the income in 3 weeks' time when I was still doing lashes. I made my first income while I was still doing lashes. In 6 weeks' time, God blessed me so much with this program that I could quit both my jobs. And now I can be a present mom, the mom that gets to drop them off at school, not being rushed. In fact, just to be honest, my husband works in the HRA. I've kicked his behind for more than 7 months now, earning more than him. I'm out earning him. For January and February, he's not getting a salary. I'm paying all of our debt. And that is just a blessing from above, just because I said yes. I said yes when I was broke, and the action started to flow after my yes. So, yes, you're not too old. Yes, you can do this. Yes, it's possible for anyone if you decide you have your vision, you have your goal, and you have the desire to have more in life. Then this will change your life forever. That is a promise I can make to you. But you have to show up for you first before anything will fall into place. But I'm so humbled to share this with you. I'm so humbled that I can tell every mom and dad out there, you don't need a second job. Your phone makes your life easier. If you want to call someone, you call them. You do not walk up to them. So start making money online. You tap with your phone, start making it. So thank you, everyone, and have a blessed evening.
I love that. You look so pretty, Zanelli. Okay, so someone's asking, is this like you can only start in January? No, you can start it at any time. Okay. So it all depends on the quicker you get going, the quicker we had someone share last week, or actually inside our community, and so many say it all the time, they wish they started sooner because it's really up to you. I mean, it works. We all know it works. It's just up to you. And what's nice about us is there's so much support. So if you want the support and you want people on the same level as you want a community of people that are going to help you, coaches that's going to guide you, training and all of that, this is going to be for you. All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming out. Again, just get back to the person that invited you here. And if you start today, please come and you're going to get a welcome message in the community. As soon as you get in, you'll see everything's automated. So you don't have to wait. You can just get in. You can immediately get started. You'll get immediate access inside our community. You'll get immediate access in your course. And guess what? Your system will be set up in 24 hours. That is what makes it so amazing. So you can immediately get started. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Have an awesome evening.